Alrighty, guys, you're watching Stat Chat Sports. You're here for our preview of the qualifying finals Saturday afternoon. Geelong, Collingwood at the G. What an absolute cracker of a game, fellas. All four of us on the call here myself, Josh, Steve, BT, Tazza. Look, we have been talking Collingwood for probably the last 4 to 6 weeks on this channel in depth. Really glad to be talking Collingwood again and the Cats, of course. BT, this should be an absolute cracker of a game. The two informed teams in the competition.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Like, I do not know how Collingwood has made it this far, really. These wins they have had, it's just ridiculous. And you probably won't see this many wins under a goal again. Mid-season review, I had Geelong going undefeated for the rest of the season and win the whole thing. They're looking the goods. They're going to be very tough to beat. I don't. Whose game was this? Who was going over this game?
This is me, fellas. This is me.
What stats have you got? Go for it, mate. What stats?
We've spoken about the Geelong Collingwood, the Collingwood run here. 11 of the last 12, 10 wins by 2 or less goals. An unprecedented run. They've got the lowest percentage ever for a team inside the top four. It is just simply remarkable. The Cats, though, 13 in a row. So 2 massive streaks here. Good runs of form. I want to take a look at the injuries because there's some big ins or potential ins for both teams. Collingwood, Taylor Adams confirmed Monday today when we're recording this. He will be back. He will be in. Has not played since round 20. So that is a huge plus for Collingwood's midfield because the last few weeks they've been decimated in the contested ball. I think they were negative 50 against Carlton. Not that that matters to them. They don't care about contested ball. It's not their game. They don't really care, but that's going to be a nice way for Collingwood to just inch back a bit of ground on the Cats. From the Cats' point of view, Jezza Cameron should be back. No questions asked. That was just a rest. So no issues there. Reece Stanley should get back. And Jake Collar-Jasny also should be back at this point while we're recording it. That's a key in. He has to come back for mine and to play a big part there in Geelong's backline because that would be a huge out if he doesn't play. So, key stats, BT. You wanted some, I've got some. Geelong, top 3 attack, top 3 defence. That is the blueprint for a premiership right there. They have got it going on. They've got the 2 big gorillas up forward. They've got a really stout back line, stacks up beautifully. You know that's going to be hard to beat. Here's the problem I've got with them. And it's not just this year we're looking at, it's historical. Geelong have had an amazing run of making finals under Chris Scott. So this is his 12th season now. They have made the top 4 8 times. This is the 9th. This is the 9th time they've made the top 4 in the last 12 years. Amazing strike rate. They've only won 2 of those qualifying finals. So of the 8 qualifying finals they've played, they've only won 2. They're not clutch when they need to be at the business end of the season, fellas. Is this game style going to stack up? That's the question mark that I've got around Geelong. Regular season Geelong, beautiful team defence, chipping around, playing well at the Kadinji Park there. But when it gets to the big stage, do they crumble under the pressure? That's what I'm interested to see because Collingwood, they're a pressure team. They are a pressure team to the max. They just want to hunt you down, apply the pressure, force the turnover, score the goals. So really, I think this is a question of Geelong, who have changed their game style a bit. They've tweaked their game style a bit this year to make it a little bit more free-flowing. Is it going to stack up in finals? And that's the question that we're going to see on Saturday afternoon. I think it's going to be an absolute belter.
Can I put this forward real quick about Geelong and finals? Because take out the grand final because that's always played at the MCG. But do they never play home finals at GMHBA Stadium?
They have once, and this is an interesting story. I don't know if we should let's bring this up because BT, you and I were there for this game at Kadinji Park, 2013. Yeah.
Stephen Hill off the bench.
Oh, it was Fremantle's best ever game of football. It was unbelievable. One of our mates called Joel Selwood, a word that we cannot repeat on this podcast, as we said amongst the cheer squad. But it was an absolute cracker. I think it's the only time since like the early 1900s that Geelong have played a home final in Geelong, and it was purely because all 4 games were in Melbourne that week.
Yeah, so they get stitched up heavily when it comes to home finals for them. They don't even play at their home ground. Like, I'm not saying that is the reason, but it's got to play a factor. Anyone else that gets a home final gets to play at their home stadium, and they don't. Like, and everyone, like we've spoken about it before, how hard it is to play at GMHBA and how good they are there. So all of a sudden, that advantage that they have is just stripped from them.
Yeah, it's a huge disadvantage. Yeah, like the size of the ground is completely different. It's a different dimension, and I mean they're used to playing a certain style according to that size of the ground. So as soon as they have to take it, when they've earned the right to get a home final and have to go to the MCG, it's tough.
Especially playing against a team where the MCG is their home ground.
Exactly, makes it even worse.
So I don't know what the AFL stance will be once they've done all the upgrades to Cardinia Park. Obviously, if you've watched a Geelong game, which a lot of people watching the video will have, you will have seen all the construction work going on in the background. So I don't know once they've elevated that capacity whether the AFL will go, yeah, okay, we've got enough seats there now. We're happy to host a final there. But like you say, it is a massive disadvantage for Geelong not to be playing at the ground that they prefer to play at. So definitely a factor in this one. Some key players, though, fellas, I just wanted to touch on. From a Pies point of view, I think Jordan De Goey is huge in this game. And you can't look at the stats when you're talking about this man because he's one of those guys where he only needs 20 touches to have a real impact on the game. So he just breaks it open. He's always a threat to score. Has missed a bit of time this year, but averages a goal a game, and he lifts in finals. So BT, for me, I think Jordan De Goey is the most important player for the Pies this weekend.
Yeah, completely. If he plays one of those games where he kicks like 4 goals and 20 possessions, then that goes a hell of a long way for them to win that game. I don't know if he will because he's so inconsistent, and this Geelong team's very experienced, and obviously they know what they're going to be doing. It's a tough call. Can Collingwood play like they did during the home and away season in finals? We don't know that, and that's the big question mark here.
Yeah, so De Goey, the key man for me for the Pies. For Geelong, I think the Tomahawk is crucial. So Cameron coming back, he's probably going to attract Darcy Moore as he's that little bit more mobile. But Nathan Murphy has been Collingwood's key defender in the back half of the year. And he's been valiant, but he's obviously no All-Australian. He's no superstar player. So that's a matchup that I think that Geelong needs to exploit. And Tomahawk, as we know, Steve, All-Australian captain as well. He's just a contested marking beast.
Yeah, he's one of the best forwards in the comp. It's easy, no doubt. So but then again, they've got him to deal with. They've got what's his name, Jeremy Cameron to deal with as well. There's just too many gun forwards for the Collingwood defenders to deal with, really.
So, Steve, let's stick with you. Let's get a tip from you in this game. Are you favouring the Cats, who've been the best team all year?
Yeah, I am. Yeah, and it's going to be comfortable as well. I think fairly comfortable. Yeah, I'm fully aware I'm at risk of getting absolutely annihilated here in the comments, but I think it's a foregone conclusion for me. I think they do it fairly comfortable.
So, Steve, staying with you, I tried to call you out in the last video that we put out, the Melbourne-Sydney game, about turncoating on Melbourne, incorrectly, by the way. But what's the go with Collingwood? You tipped Collingwood for the flag in one of our bold prediction videos earlier in the season, but they can't beat Geelong?
I wasn't expecting to come across Geelong this early. I mean, they've got a second chance. Maybe that was a bit of a long shot in the fact that the hope that someone else would knock Geelong out. I just don't think Collingwood could do it. Like, that was a bold prediction made off the basis that somehow Geelong wouldn't be there.
Fair enough. Interesting. I like it. BT, your pick in this game.
Yeah, I like Geelong as well, and I have to stick with them because I I've predicted this since mid-season review, so they're going all the way. But I like Stengel in this game. I think he's going to have a big game.
Yeah, that's a good call. Should get the Maynard matchup though, so that'll be one to watch. Tazza.
I think I like Geelong here. Sorry, Collingwood's pressure game. It is one of the best in the comp, and I think it may rattle Geelong to a point, but they've got too much experience and they'll stand up. They've been here, they've done it. Their record isn't the best in qualifying finals, but they've been there enough, and I think this team is balanced enough, and I think that's what will get them over the line, the balance.
Fellas, I've struggled with this game. I've struggled to try and pick a winner in this game, and part of it is because I knew that if I didn't pick Collingwood, that I would just be absolutely roasted by the Collingwood supporters that have just been getting on my back after I knocked Collingwood early in this season. So can I tip against them? Yes, I can. I think that Geelong is the best team this year. I think that they're experienced. I think that they've just got the game plan humming the way they need it to. And I think they're going to win this game. Does that mean I think that Collingwood can't make the grand final and potentially win the flag? No, absolutely not. They're a chance, right? They're a top 4 team. They're a good team. They know how to win. I just think Geelong are a level above everybody else. And I'm prepared to cop whatever comes my way. So if you're a Collingwood fan, let us know in the comments your disgust that all 4 of us here on the channel think that the Pies are going to win this weekend. If you're a Geelong fan and you're in agreement and you're looking forward to the match, let us know in the comments what your thoughts are. We can't wait. This is going to be an absolute cracker of a final. This is what week 1 of the finals is all about. So we're absolutely looking forward to this ripping matchup.